We just got done with a wild time at Evergreen Drift Open Drift, and I got the pads on here that I should have, and now my handbrake works better than it ever has. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the second step. So I'm going to go over the stages of having a good working handbrake. Okay, first step to having a good working handbrake in a Mustang with stock Ford calipers is to have a good handbrake box for the master cylinder. Mine is plumbed in line with my brakes, so it doesn't have a separate reservoir, but this is a 5/8 bore Wilwood master cylinder. The box has to be rigid. When you pull the handle, you cannot have a box that flexes. Same goes for the mount. If you have it mounted in a way that the whole mount flexes, everything you do right here is being absorbed before it converts it into hydraulic pressure here. So if this whole thing is moving, you're taking away a bunch of your pull. So this is a John Duncan setup. Works really well. I already had a mount welded onto my tunnel right here, but he has really good mounts that take the place of, or bolt onto where this top plate has 4 bolts, and then the hydro just goes right on there, so it's pretty straightforward. But anyway, step 1, make sure that you have a really good handbrake assembly. Good stick, good box, good mount, and a quality 5/8 diameter master cylinder. Next step is making sure you have really good pads. Last night we installed these Hawk HP Plus pads, and they are the bee's knees. This is on stock, solid 10-inch Mustang GT rotors with stock crusty old Mustang GT calipers. The handbrake works great in any situation, except for if you're rolling straight. If you're rolling straight, unless you have a decent amount of speed, at low speeds, the handbrake will not lock the tires. Sometimes it'll do it if the pads got really hot from using it a lot, but these pads are the best pads I've ever run in a low friction, or I should say low temperature situation, and they give you lots of friction at low temperature, so very impressed. So between the handbrake setup and these pads, in theory, that's enough to have a functioning handbrake. But we're talking about a small piston Ford floating caliper, and I want this handbrake setup to work using factory Ford parts. I don't want any Nissan calipers on my Ford. And so the next step is to make this right here work better. So what am I gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. Alright, Shabo and I got the new calipers on. These are actually Ford Taurus calipers. They have a larger bore than the factory Mustang GT and V6 calipers and Cobra calipers. And these ones fit on the stock Mustang bracket, as you can see. So this is mechanical movement right here because the piston's not extended yet. And that's something that you don't want for your handbrake to work right. So the cavity of the piston or the cylinder cavity, the bore inside the caliper is empty, it's full of air. I cracked the bleeder and tried to let it gravity, but it wouldn't take any. So Shabo, you want to go ahead and sit inside and just gently work the foot brake a few times? So all bleeders are closed. Right now, Shabo's gonna work the brakes. Oh, I heard a little, oh, looks like we got a leaky banjo bolt there. Okay, hold on. Go ahead and let up and just keep it up. So that means that right back in here is leaking. I used the new banjo bolt and new crush washers that came with the caliper, so shouldn't be leaking, but unfortunately with rebuilt calipers that happens sometimes. So give it another shot here. Okay, go ahead and go again. Oh, fun, it's still leaking. Sweet. Well, now I get to take it apart. Okay, that's good. Let up. Yep. Get to take it apart and see what's causing that banjo or the crush washer to not properly seat. Thrill a minute. Gotta love cars. Alright, so I figured out that the crush washers that came with the caliper are actually thinner than the old crush washers that were on the original caliper. So right up in here where it was leaking, the thin crush washer was allowing this block to actually contact a dent in this remanufactured caliper, keeping the banjo block, the brake line block, from sealing against that crush washer. So now that's got a little gap there when it's totally tight. That's good. The block's not up against the caliper, it's block, banjo bolt, crush washer, block, crush washer, caliper. Go ahead and work the pedal. Oh yeah, Michael's working the pedal. No fluid spurting out. Funny thing, you check the other side here, you can actually see the crush washer because the caliper doesn't have the damage that the other side has because it's rebuilt. So the new thin crush washers work fine on this side, unless for some reason this is thicker than that other crush washer, but I'm not going to take it apart to find out. So anyway, so we're good there. Okay, go ahead and let up on the pedal. Yeah, let it up. And then now that he's worked the pedal, there's very little mechanical movement here, so that's good. So now we'll go ahead and get some air out of it. And I'm going to tell him where I want the pedal, and you'll be able to see how I bleed brakes. I can get the wrench on there. All right, go ahead and go down. Now open it. And then when he gets the pedal down, going down, then I close it, go ahead, up, then I open it, down, and I close it, up, then I open it, down, there's some fluid, close it, up, and I open it, down, close it, up, open it, down, and I close it, up. Now keep in mind, I'm not having Shabo push the pedal all the way down. He knows to only push it about halfway. That ensures that you don't overstroke the master cylinder. Oops, gonna need some towels over here. All right. All right. Okay, go ahead and go down.
Down.
Up.
Up.
Go ahead and go down. Up. Down.
Down.
Up.
Up.
Down.
Down.
There's some fluid. Up.
Up.
Down.
Down.
Up.
Up.
All right, go ahead and hit the pedal. Uh-oh. Go ahead and hit it again. There we go. Okay, go ahead and work it real hard. Seat it up. Feel pretty firm?
Yeah.
Good. So now all the mechanical movement's taken out. The caliper piston's seated all the way up. And go ahead and let up.
Up.
When he's off of it, I still have a little bit of movement, so they're not dragging. Go ahead and pull the handbrake. Got no movement with that. Go ahead and let up. Want to jump out here and let me check it out? All right, so I'm gonna feel it here. Feels pretty firm. Now the handbrake's gonna feel a little bit softer because I have a larger bore in the caliper, which gives it more mechanical advantage with the small bore of the master cylinder piston. So, woo! See how that works? And I'd still be out there doing the technical course and doing the big track, except for, well, kind of ran out of tires. We've been going strong all day. Out here all day from about 11, and now it's just coming up on 5, so yeah, we're pretty much out of tires. Look at that sunset. That's beautiful. Huge turnout today. Over 70 cars showed up for Open Drift. But the track runs really well. Kevin does a great job, and they just bang us out. We get lots of seat time, even with over 70 people. Look at this little thing. This is a technical course where you pretty much just go in there and do whatever you want to do. It's actually a secondary, it's a pit area during normal competition days. Well, this worked really, really well. I can't wait to actually try it on the track. Like I said, unfortunately, we're out of tires today, so it'll have to be the next Open Drift, and they're pretty much wrap things up for the day anyway, but hey, it works! That's what I'm talking about. High five, Shabo! Woo! Let's go!